All right, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
What news cometh after this last Friday?
After this last Friday. I was like, what happens on Fridays? And then I remembered the show happens on Fridays.
Yeah.
Nothing happened to me.
Nothing happened to me either, man. When I was in therapy over quarantine, I went to therapy on the phone every Friday. And every 7 days that my therapy appointment arrived, I would be like, nothing happened. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what I did. Nothing happened. I have nothing to talk about.
That's such a funny thing because I felt like that the whole quarantine too, but tons of stuff did happen. Like, do you think we were all just dissociating for like 6 months and that's why I felt like that?
I just fucking didn't want to fucking talk anymore. Like, I just don't want to talk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Talk about Donald Trump? Or like I just... There's just like, it's like a speech exhaustion mentally. And I feel, I don't feel like that right now, thank God, because it's like fucks up my vibe badly when I get like that.
Yeah.
But like, cause it's a point that I've gotten to a couple times in the last year or two where like in intense situations or in like a serious conversation or something, I just can't.
Like,
I just can't continue. I just can't.
I get that.
Yeah.
I feel like I have the opposite problem where if I'm feeling stressed out by something or I'm reaching a breaking point, I just start talking too much and it muddies everything up for me.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day, huh? It's beautiful out.
It is beautiful.
Sun is shining, brisk mid-November air. You know.
Late November, really.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's late November. It's not late November until after Thanksgiving, though.
Thanksgiving's this week.
That's true. Yeah.
So
we're going to Tunks.
You want to go to Tunks?
Why are we going this way? No,
I
fuck
don't know.
that one.
You told me to go wherever I want to go. I don't know where to go.
You can go this way if you want.
What?
I thought you were gonna drive us to our future destination.
I don't know what our destination is. Oh yeah.
South.
Yeah, but I need gas.
Oh, okay. This is a good way to get gas.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the only gas stations here are at this end of the street.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Then I went the right way.
Yeah.
Huh.
You want full service or self-service?
Are they the same price?
The self-serve on the left is like probably like 5 cents less. Like if you take a left here, if you really fucking...
Is that full serve? Right there?
Mobile's full serve. The next one is not.
That looks like self-serve.
Yeah, mobile is self-serve.
You said full serve.
Oh, I meant the reverse. I meant opposite that.
That's okay. I'll go there.
What, you don't want to talk to my homies down at the yellow one?
They're nice.
I like those guys. Go there.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's the same price. Fucking assholes. Fuck you, mobile.
Yeah, mobile is expensive.
Joe Biden raising the gas prices.
Significantly cheaper to go to this one. It's like 20 cents cheaper.
Actually, very true. And it's full service.
Well, that's pretty good, actually. Huh. I need an inspection sticker really bad. I'm like a month expired.
Oh, shit. I need mine, too. I'm expired as well.
Fuck.
Forgot about that.
What are we talking about right now?
Don't worry about it. Just don't think about
it.
Don't think about the podcast. It's not here.
It's not here.
Think of it as more of like a hidden camera type show.
Where's my wallet? Fuck.
It's in your purse.
No, where's my purse?
I gave it to you.
I found it. I threw it in the back again.
You threw it in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite thing you do is that when you have your wallet, your phone, or like your like unsecured debit card, you just open up your backpack and you throw it in. You're just like, oh, let me take my debit card and put it in the largest pocket of my backpack with all my stuff. What is that? I can't see. Oh, that's nice. What's that from?
My necklace and my earrings. I just threw in this thing.
You just, yeah, like I was just saying, you just threw them in a hole.
Look what's in my
That's
car
what
console.
you do. You say, oh, here's an object. I'm going to just disappear it.
Look what's in my car console right now. It's like, what's this? Allergy meds, some masks.
A little, look at that little cute little piece of fabric thing. Remember we were somewhere in Vermont maybe?
Yeah.
And I stopped to pee at like a random like parking area, and there was a little knitted heart or a stitched up heart hanging in a tree.
There's a person coming.
And you found it. Oh, yeah.
Can I do $20, please?
Cash or card?
Card, please. Thank you.
Why are you nervous? Did that make you anxious?
Shut up.
It's just a regular guy.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Look what else I got in here.
Oh, your old name tag. Crew member.
Remember.
Oh, man. Fuck.
A bunch of rocks.
So, every time we stop at a cool place, you always, like, pick up a rock, and you're like, oh my god, I love this rock. Like, this is so cool. And I agree. I'm like, that's a sweet rock. But, oh, well, okay, this is different, because these are crystals. This is a little hand-carved piece of quartz, it looks like.
No,
That's tumbled amethyst. What is that? Is that glass?
No, it's... I don't know.
It looks like
It's
it
green,
looks like
though,
quartz
so
to me.
I don't think it's quartz because it's green.
That's not green.
Yes, it's green.
That's like a clear.
That is not clear.
Blue. That's like a clear crystal color.
Clear blue is not a thing. Blue.
Shit, yeah, it is.
I mean, okay, yeah, but it's bluey green. It's not quartz colored.
I mean, I can see where you're getting the green, but I feel like it's leaning more towards like a cold blue.
It's like teal.
Okay, that's fair. And here was some of your resin art from before. That was cool. A little resin item. What are you looking at over there?
I didn't know if I was done. I just missed the memo, but it's okay.
Oh. Yeah, well, that guy's got to do the thing.
No, totally fair. I just didn't know.
It's completely fair that you have to take the pump out for us, man. I get it.
I completely understand.
I was at a full service station one time, and the guy was just like somewhere else, not taking the pump out.
Thank you so much.
And it was like really annoying me because I was like, I have to leave, and this guy just isn't doing it, and like I gotta go. And then I got out of my car and took the thing out and put it back in the station, and then left, and I felt like a criminal. Like it was like crazy.
It's probably fine.
I think if you can, it would be ideal to take a left here. But not necessary.
I don't know about that.
Go right then. Fuck it. Go right. Just do it. Just do it. Now take this right.
This is why I always make you drive more recording.
It's okay.
Driving is
This
fine,
one doesn't matter because we don't have any reason to be recording right now.
We never do.
Well, this one especially. Like, this is like highly unnecessary. And
Which
it
is
might
fun.
even be... Oh, were we going to go to Dunks? Did you want to go to Dunks?
Oh.
We'll go to the one up by the highway.
Yeah.
It's okay.
God, I literally...
You literally what?
Should we talk about the,
Yeah.
The...
Yes, do it. Don't even know what you're going to say, but go on.
So, we had an interview this week. It was really, really great. It was really cool.
Oh, yeah, good times.
But the person that we were interviewing...
She was great.
She was really awesome, too. She offered us coffee. She said she would make us coffee.
Over text, like while we
Yeah.
were making the appointment.
Yeah. And I was like, that's so nice. She was like, how do you guys take your coffee? And I just assumed that she meant she was going to pick us coffee up at Dunks. So I said, I said a medium hot regular and a medium ice black. And then we got to her house and she literally had a tray from Dunks. And we were like, that's so crazy. That's so, like, funny that she just got us Dunks coffees. Like, that's so nice. Like, we appreciated it a lot. We drank them, but also, like, very New England, haha. And then I realized I told her medium ice black. Like, that's not something you just brew at your house. I told her to get us Dunks by accident.
Right, because that's the funny part that, like, you kind of maybe got lost there, is that she didn't say, hey, you guys want anything from Dunks? She said, I'll make you guys a coffee, or whatever. And then you said, no, Dunks.
I didn't mean to.
I'm going to need you to go to the drive-thru and get us coffee.
Which was even funnier because it's not like we were meeting at like a cafe or like somewhere. We were at our house.
Our home studio. Yeah. So in the
So sorry about that if you're listening right now. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Shouts out. Amanda Smith.
Yeah.
Was the artist, was the episode.
Very, very cool person.
Probably last week's episode or whatever.
Who knows what our release schedule is?
Yeah, we're not we used to really, really care about the chronology. Is that a word?
I still care about the chronology. Like, if someone has a project coming out or something that's time sensitive, like, we definitely want to release that.
Oh, yeah, we've done that a couple times. You want to go straight at these lights.
But also, we're getting meta again. I don't want to be meta again.
Yeah, fuck being meta.
Fuck being meta.
What's your favorite color?
Mine green.
Mossy green, right?
Green.
Like a nice, like.
Yeah. Like the color of the sweater I was wearing earlier. Like an emeraldy green. That's my favorite. But I also really like it paired with blue, but I don't really care for blue without green.
Right.
Like blue, green, and brown are a nice
Earth
combination.
tones.
Yeah, also
like earth
orange.
tones.
I like orange a lot.
I've always been that dick. That's always like, I don't have a favorite color.
I don't think that's true about you.
It's always been me.
I don't think that's true about you.
Why? What do you think my favorite color is?
I don't know what your favorite color is, but there's colors that you're definitely drawn to in your art that always come through.
Oh, in my art, I definitely have favorite colors. Look, this is a gas station, and it was 2 cents cheaper.
It's the same thing. It's
the
Prime.
same company, but this is the self-serve one location.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway,
2 cents.
beep beep boop bop beep boop bop boop beep boop.
I wonder what 2 cents a gallon converts to for like an hourly wage. Like, how many gallons do you think they sell an hour?
Well, it's not 2 cents a gallon.
2 cents a gallon additional for somebody doing full service.
Well, they probably don't make the price of the gas for their wage. Oh, you want to take this left? They probably make like a...
Yeah, but they're charging slightly more for full service, which means that's probably going into...
Well, I think the idea, yeah. I think the idea is that the gas station as a business is providing more value by doing it for you.
Yeah.
That probably doesn't really... I bet that doesn't even factor in... Well, okay. So,
I'm not asking what they make. I know that.
oh, well,
I'm
the
saying,
full
how many
service...
gallons do you think they sell an hour?
How many gallons does a full service station sell an hour versus a not full service one?
No, just how many gallons do you think a gas station sells per hour?
Oh, just any old gas station?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fuck if I know. Like, and like in
I don't fucking know.
in 1 hour.
Yeah.
It definitely depends on the hour, but during the busiest hour, fuck, man.
Like on average, maybe.
I don't know, like a 1,000 gallons. Is that a stupid guess?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna Google it. Maybe I can find an
literally no
answer.
idea.
What's your guess? How many gallons of gas?
When I go to the gas station, I usually get like 10 gallons.
Does a gas station
So
sell? Okay, so it looks like how many?
Maybe they
okay.
have like 30 customers an hour.
So I guess the average gas station, bear left if you can. The average gas station sells. Okay, a regular gas station sells an average of 4,000 gallons per day.
Okay.
So an hour, if it's a fucking... Well, this is radically changes.
A lot of them aren't 24 hours, though.
Right. So a 24-hour one might sell 166 gallons an hour.
Okay.
But if one's open for...
Like, when they say average gas station, are they talking about an average gas station that's 24 hours or an average gas station that's more than that? Because
Also...
that would drastically change the statistic.
Yeah, also a gas station in fucking... Like,
I mean, less than that. There's
and
not
like
more than 24
the
hours
middle
a day.
of Boston sells more than one in fucking, I don't know, Winchendon.
That's true.
Or some shit.
Winchendon, where
It's
nobody
just
buys
a-
gas.
Yeah, no one buys gas there. No, but I mean, like a town where there's like one gas station and like 5,000 people living there is not selling $4,000 a day, 4,000 gallons a day.
A BP gas station.
Yeah, shout out to the Gulf of Mexico. Remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, BP.
Open house. Do you think we could just go? Babe, it's a 2-bedroom condo.
Did you just call me babe on the podcast?
No. I called you bitch, actually. Shut up. Never mind.
I'm sorry, I'm
Can
teasing.
someone let us know if you can just go to an open house?
Yeah, we
You
were
said-
thinking about that. Bear left.
You
I mean,
said
take
that
left.
You might have to be
Not bear.
pre-approved. You've been saying bear for every turn. I haven't said anything about it.
Well, some of them are a bear.
they're
like
just
a
like
bear.
kind of left versus very left. I could have done that.
Yeah, you could have gone. That
I still
wasn't a
could,
red light
actually.
for you.
Fuck. I blew it.
So pull up a little bit and get ready to turn left.
Oh, but it's gonna turn red and I'm gonna be in the middle of the road.
Yeah, but then that's when you take your left.
Okay, I did it.
Poll for the podcast. Am I a backseat driver?
Yes.
I don't think I am.
Yeah.
I think I provide necessary commentary.
Well, to be fair, when you don't give me feedback on where I should drive, I just like quietly get mad about it.
Well, no.
Not really, but like, I'm like, I'm lost. And then you're like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know. Which I think happened in this episode.
There have been a few turns that you've taken where I didn't say that you... Like, I didn't give you... Because, like, I didn't say, like, oh, like, go that way. And because I forgot to. And then you just did some, like, random, unexpected thing. And I was like, okay. My brain's, like, rerouting.
I literally can't get around my hometown without a GPS.
The thing is that you absolutely can. There's no way, like, I refuse to believe that you can't.
Okay,
You've
so, like,
lived in the town your whole life. How long have you had a license? Like, since you were like 17 or something?
I got mine when I was almost 19.
Okay,
Because I failed my road test like 5 times.
Yeah, well.
Driving just stresses me out. I don't like it. I like to not think while I drive. I miss exits a lot. I don't give a fuck. But my question is,
Okay.
can we go to an open house if we have no money and haven't been pre-approved for a loan? Like, if it says
like an
open house, can I just fucking go? Can I just look and see what's on the market? Because someday I will buy a home.
Someday.
I hope. Maybe. And I want to know what's up.
If any of our listeners have any advice
Or if
on
they want to let
home
us
buying,
walk around their house.
yeah, we actually would like. We don't need the open house to be a house for sale either.
Yeah.
We'll just do an open house for a house.
Open that shit up.
Yeah, open that shit up, baby.
Does anybody else have this like hyper fixation since being like 23 of just buying a home and not moving every year? Is anyone else really on that vibe?
I definitely think that's really common for people in our age group and in our like career income bracket because like historically the whole like American dream like convention is that this is the time that you'd have a baby and a house. Is like from aged like early to mid 20s till like your early 30s is like the conventional time
to do that shit.
To do that, even if it isn't like conventional and normal or necessary right now in 2021. I feel like for most of American modern society, it has been that way. 20th century convention. Take the go to Dunks. We must have, but I'm gonna be 26 at the like end of this week.
Oh my god!
Like
did you
this?
Hear that noise?
Yeah, I did.
Fuck the car.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be 26 in a couple days.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you. And you are 24.
Mm-hmm. I'm like right in the middle of 24.
And your birthday?
Actually, I just turned 24 like 3 months ago.
In August.
Yeah, it was 3 months ago.
Should I not have revealed your birthday on the podcast?
I'll reveal my birthday, my birth time,
I did that once.
Did you really?
Yeah, on an early episode, I remember I said my... one time, I also revealed my phone passcode on the show one time as well.
You did do that. You've also, like, posted art with your phone number on it.
Yeah, I did.
Anybody want to know Brian's social?
No. Oh.
I don't know your social.
No, for a second. That's true. Should we say the first 3 numbers of our social security numbers?
No.
Why? It might be cool to compare them. What about the first digit of your social security?
We can talk about it later. Not on the podcast. Which one of us do you think is a cooler social?
Me.
No.
Mine's awesome.
Mine's really cool, actually.
Yeah. Mine is 071.
Shut up.
420 6669.
What does the 071 mean?
I just made it up.
Oh.
That was not 071 was just like a insert. It wasn't it was filler.
So it's only like 2/3 lit.
That's true. It is 2/3 lit.
My social is just 666666666.
Isn't it crazy that maybe there is somebody with a social security number like that?
Maybe it's one of those things like hotel elevator floors where there just isn't a 66666666666 social.
Okay, I don't think there's a 666 floor on any building on planet Earth.
You didn't know this was a thing?
I know that there's not a 13th floor on a lot of buildings, but I was saying there isn't a 666th floor anywhere.
Have you ever been to the Tower of Terror? Fucking idiot. Wait, shit, fuck. Oh, I don't want to do it.
Hi, how may I help you?
Hi, can I have a medium iced coffee with 1 almond milk and 1 sugar?
Okay.
And a glazed donut?
Sure. And you?
What are you getting?
And can I get an old-fashioned donut and a medium hot tea, black, with sugar?
Okay.
And that's all.
8:30.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh my God.
You know what's crazy? You know how I now have the problem where every time I go to a Dunkin' Donuts or something and order a sandwich and I order it without cheese, I'm basically just expecting them to give me cheese.
Yeah.
Like I'm anticipating the error. Before, once upon a time, this never happens to me now, but it used to happen to me at one specific coffee shop, Mary Lou's, and Dunk's sometimes. But I would order almond milk or just some whatever fucking not dairy thing that was available. And what used to happen to me all the time is they would give me regular cream.
Ugh.
And I would notice after I drank it.
That's so awful.
But it was so common. And now it never happens. Like, that's like would be fucking nuts if that happened. But what does happen every single time I order food is they give me cheese.
Have we canonically addressed that you are lactose intolerant?
Yeah, I'm dubiously allergic to something, or have an intolerance to something, and
Dubiously.
Yeah, and when I eat dairy or cheese, I perish.
Yeah.
But it's like dubious because I also will like eat a sandwich that has like onions on it or something and also perish. But not if they're regular onions, only if they're the type that you put on cold subs.
We had regular onions last night. It also happened.
Oh.
And they were cooked.
Fuck.
You might just be allergic to cheese and onions.
I got some serious stomach shit going on.
IBS, babes.
I don't know if it's specifically IBS, but
IBS just a catch-all for when you have like...
My stomach is just in permanent pain and discomfort.
I think that's what IBS is.
Okay.
I don't know shit.
Me neither. Not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor, but you know who is.
Doctors.
Yeah.
Doctors. Doctors are doctors. Yeah. Woo!
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal? Growing up, for my entire childhood, it was monkeys.
Me too!
Fucking loved monkeys.
Oh.
I feel like that's pretty common. Then eventually, during my edgy adolescence phase, my favorite animal
Bats.
were wolves. Wolves.
Oh, that's worse.
Definitely into wolves.
Cute. You were a wolf tween.
I was a wolf tween.
I liked dragons a lot when I was a tween.
So that's a different question, though. What your favorite mythical creature is?
No.
We can address that after.
Hello. Thank you. Should I ask her where hers is?
What?
Should I ask her where hers is? Thank you.
What did you just say?
Should I ask what her favorite animal is?
No, don't do that.
Why?
Or maybe you can if you want.
Thank you.
Don't do it. I'm going to have a panic attack if you do that.
You too, thanks.
Please don't ask the Dunkin's employee.
It probably would have been fine, but...
She would have been like, what?
If someone
What?
asked me
No,
that
what?
when I was at work, I don't even know how I would respond. It
But
depends on the day.
if you were in a bad mood and you were like annoyed at work and somebody said, "What's your favorite animal?" you would be like, or I would just be mad.
I feel like you would cheer me up.
All right.
I feel like I'd be like, oh, that was kind of nice.
Yeah. But my favorite animal, I don't know if I have one currently. I haven't thought about this in a while because
Mine is cats.
Mine's definitely, well, yeah. So, and to me, that sounds like a different category too, because now we're talking about domestic animals. I feel like people who have a favorite animal have a different favorite domestic animal. Because I definitely, my favorite domestic animal is obviously tied between cats and dogs.
Well, the way that I think about this...
Because there are people that are lizard people.
That's true.
But their favorite animal is like giraffe.
Yeah, but okay, so let me rephrase the question then. If you were a witch...
If I was a witch, okay.
What would your familiar be?
Well, okay.
If you were a witch from a fairy tale?
Honestly, I would probably have to keep it classic and go with a cat.
Me too.
But
Because cats are like dragons, but soft and nice and small.
yeah. But if you're introducing the mythical element where there could be a favorite mythical animal or a mythical familiar, we're in totally different territory now.
If I could have a small dragon that acted like a cat...
Left ass lane.
Okay, here's a new question.
Yeah.
Ready? Oh, are we ready to change questions?
No, I want to talk about favorite mythical animals.
Well, this is kind of adjacent to that. I was just going to say, if you had a pet dragon, what would you name it?
If I had a pet dragon, what would I name it?
Yeah.
And
then we can return to the other question. I'm just curious.
I forget what is the name of it?
That was the name of my dragon.
Fuck, no, I thought of a really cool name recently that's like, I didn't think of it, but I learned about it. I forget what the name of the god is, but there's an ancient Babylonian god who is like the Babylonian Zeus, who has like a really fucking sick name. Oh. He's like the god of king of gods and ancient.
I learned
it's
about
like
that.
Murdoch maybe, or Murdo.
Richard Murdoch.
That's definitely not
Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck, what is that fucking thing's name?
I had a mythology class where I learned about that, and I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was sick. I have this book that I wanted to loan you, by the way, that I think you would really be interested in. It was my textbook from my mythology class.
Oh, yeah?
It's just, like, a big anthology of, like, from an academic perspective. Marduk, that's a cool name.
Patron god of Babylon.
Of every mythology throughout history.
That's cool.
That, I don't know, supposedly.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was a really cool class.
So, okay, so I'd probably name my dragon Murdoch. No, fuck, Marduk.
Marduk?
Murdoch, Rupert Murdoch.
I would name my dragon...
A right-wing media tycoon, Rupert Murdoch. Is tycoon a bad word to say?
Tycoon?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I just felt awful when I said it for some reason. Anyway.
Is it a bad word to say? I don't think it is.
I don't think so. Definitely not.
Huh. I think that I would name a dragon... something sick, definitely.
Something sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what yet.
Alright.
I always liked the name Calcifer.
That's cool.
When I was a little kid, I thought that Lucifer was a nice name too, but there's a lot of baggage around that. It's just a pretty name, though.
Yeah.
It's like Jennifer.
Isn't it? Oh, never mind. I was about to just go in a weird direction. Should I go in the weird direction?
Fuck it.
I was gonna say, isn't it interesting that if you were to be named Adolf, like that's like a cursed name?
This is pretty weird direction. Come on.
Like you're not gonna name a kid Adolf. It's not the move.
You know it's Adolf, right?
Oh, Adolf. Okay. So Adolf. You're not gonna go with Adolf.
Okay.
At all.
Yeah, no.
Actually. Okay, but like then you think of Joseph Stalin, who has like an equally maybe not as bad reputation as Hitler, but pretty bad. But it's totally chill to name your kid Joseph.
Well, I feel like it's because it's not that unique. Like, when you think of the name Adolf, you just think of one guy. When you think of the name Joe, like...
Do people call Stalin Joe?
Joe Stalin.
What's up, Joe? Loving the comb back and mustache look.
Joe Stalin, Joseph Biden.
Oh, yeah. Well, Joseph is a biblical name.
Yeah.
And, like, for, like, many reasons, like, there's a lot of biblical Josephs.
That's why I think people think of biblical associations before they think of other shit.
That's true. Anyway, fuck that.
But if you named your kid Stalin, that would be bad.
That might not be great.
That wouldn't even
You
be a
might
good
not
middle
want to go
name.
that way.
That would be bad, any kind of name.
Yeah. Okay, so, is your favorite mythical creature dragon?
That's tough. Are we talking about creatures like only animals, or are we talking about humanoid as well? Because mermaids are kind of cool.
That was the caveat that I was going to bring up next, was that I feel like there's multiple groups of mythical, where there are mythical animals and creatures, and there are mythical like beings, like mythical entities.
I really fuck with sphinxes.
That's a good one.
Are cool.
So I feel like Sphinx definitely falls on mythic entity, like mythic being.
Well, it depends on the iteration of myth, because in some versions they're like they're the head of a woman in the body of like a lion and on a hawk, right?
Yeah.
But in some iterations of the mythology, they can only speak the riddles, but they attack you like an animal. Like they're not like a woman with that body; they're like an animal with that head. But in some iterations of like stories with Sphinx in them, they are like a person that's like a wise sage that could smite you, but not.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I didn't know that there were different versions of Sphinxes.
Maybe I'm just talking about like contemporary fantasy adaptations and not actually like the classic
do you mean the personality of the Sphinx changes rather than the depiction?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
They're like sometimes they're more like, I think the ones that are really sick are the ones that look like have human faces but act like animals. Like they'll rip you to shreds and eat you.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Like those I consider to be like animalistic entities. Like that's that's more of a creature than like a humanoid.
So your favorite is Sphinx in the context of them being more animalistic.
Yeah.
But depicted in an anthropomorphic way.
Yeah, I feel like it would be like a way cooler way to, like, imagine if you could cohabitate with a wolf, but it wasn't a wolf, it was a Sphinx.
So that's fucked. Mine's tied between a minotaur and a
cool.
satyr, like a satyr. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong.
I think it's satyr, but I'm not positive.
But yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
I like minotaurs because they're just fucking horrifying. Because they have the abilities and like they might have a sword or a weapon. Like they're like fucked up, but they have like the brain of like a bull.
So here's my question. Is there more than one minotaur? Or is the minotaur a creature that was created just in that context of that myth?
I think that I think the latter.
There's just one?
Well,
or is it a species?
Good question. I think that the minotaur was like a cursed man. Like a man that was cursed and transformed into a minotaur by a god.
That's what I thought too, but did he ever have kids?
He breeded?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He could have.
Probably not. Isn't it like Ariadne is like trapped in a labyrinth by the minotaur and that some guy has to go save her?
Yeah.
I only know about that because of cataloging Brenda's paintings. Artist Brenda Atwood. She did a lot of art about minotaurs and Ariadne and labyrinths and shit.
That's really cool.
Yeah, really, really wonderful work.
Huh. I don't know a lot about Ariadne. It's a really pretty name.
Me neither. Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, I also kind of a classic, a little bit of a stereotypical answer, but still kind of cool, is I think angels are fucking sick.
Biblical angels?
All of them. Because angels are like the most malleable, like mythic beings.
That's true.
Like sometimes they're like kind of like loose cannon demigods. Sometimes they're like eldritch horrors. Like they're like incomprehensible, unviewable, incorporeal.
Yeah.
And also sometimes they are like beautiful, like Gustav Doré, like I don't know what. Like there's just so many. Like there's just so many ways that they're depicted.
Like Heaven's Wheel, Thousands of Eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
or they're like someone that's on the earth disguised as a human, testing people. Essentially, like they're just very they're just like agents of like okay, there was a type of angel that was like an agent of the wrath of Old Testament God.
That's fucked.
Because Old Testament God was very popular for being like a cosmic fascist.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? And he would use angels essentially as his proxies.
Huh.
You know? But that's kind of ambiguous, I think, in a lot of like readings of scripture, because I think there are some times where angels are depicted and it isn't really specified that it is an angel or if it is God or if it is like I think that that's pretty ambiguous in a lot of ways, but I'm no expert, obviously.
Interesting. Well, I guess if we're expanding the definition of mythic creatures from just like fairy tale shit to like any mythology right now, that opens up a lot of other doors too, because like I don't know, like what about like I feel like soot sprites from Spirited Away are really cute.
Oh,
I would like to have one of those little guys in my house.
I love them.
Or to hang out with them.
Oh wait, so you're including all media?
Any. Yeah.
All media mythic fictional beings.
What is the best one?
The best mythical being ever written?
I don't even know what my answer to that is.
You know what? I kind of a cheesy answer, and I never even finished the whole series. But in terms of anime, I have always thought that Inuyasha is like one of the fucking most interesting premises for a just story. Because Inuyasha is a demon. Like that's his whole thing. He's like a demon. He's like a demigod, almost. Maybe not as powerful as a god, but in the whole thing, I'm pretty sure. I watched it when I was a kid, so I don't actually really know the nuances of the story. But
I'm not familiar with it.
Well, he's a demon, and they're like, I think they're like searching for these like special crystals or something.
Yeah. That
are inside. I don't know. It's just like a ragtag group of people hunting down like sacred artifacts in order to complete some like, I don't know.
That sounds sick.
Some shit. Maybe some kind, I don't know, prophecy or some shit. But he's a demon and they kill other demons that are around on Earth. But the cool part about it is that while Inuyasha is a humanoid, while he is an anthropomorphic demon spirit guy, the other demons that they run into aren't like that. Like, they might run into one that's like a massive, like, horse demon dragon thing, or like a fucking, I don't know, like a giant snake, or I don't know if that's actually in it, but like, I just like the idea that they made Inuyasha, the main character, like the hero, like in the same mythic category as like they didn't make it a rule that they had to look humanoid.
That's cool.
Like, they're demons of all shapes, sizes, and form, and I think that's just a pretty liberated way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming Inuyasha is Japanese media, and probably based on some kind of like old myth or something. Because a lot of anime is, I feel like.
Huh. That's really cool.
But I just thought that's an interesting way to think about it, because I don't know, like, you think of any like American or Catholic informed demon movie, and the demon doesn't have a body. It has a man's voice, and it hates Jesus and God.
Not always. I feel like they also sometimes make a demon like possesses the bodies of women, like seductress.
Right, but
like,
when they are screaming out of the little girl's mouth, it's like, like a dude. Fucking
what
asshole.
the fuck? Why would you stop?
Dude, fuck every...
I'm aware, dude.
Fuck every single person alive. 4
cars just stopped in the middle of the highway.
Idiots.
Because somebody was merging.
It was probably God warning us, because we're messing around talking about demons and myth right now.
Yeah, maybe.
And God was like, "Hey!
Stop it!
Stop it!"
With an aggressive man's voice.
But I feel like that's a really interesting trope to think about in demon movies, that it always is an ancient demon, or it's Satan, whatever, a powerful demon from hell possessing the body of an adolescent girl. That's the format. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's like, I think that's fucking, honestly, like, pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to do, like, a reading of it just, like, on the spot, on what I feel like what that says about our society and our media. But it's something to think about, because you wouldn't, it'd be definitely rare or kind of uncommon to see a demon exorcism movie like that from like a Catholic demon from that, like, possessed like some guy, like a man.
Interesting.
You wouldn't see that. It's always chill. It's not always a little girl, but it's mostly a little girl, but almost always a child or adolescent.
Yeah. Well, they're depicted as vulnerable a lot of the time.
Vulnerable, innocent. Also, the most, not necessarily my opinion, but it's probably more shocking to a regular audience to see an innocent little girl being corrupted by a demon rather than some dude. Though in the Exorcist movie, the classic that created this trope, basically, there is a point in the movie where the man priest protagonist kind of guy is possessed by the demon. Briefly. Before dying.
I feel like there must be
that was
examples
a badass
in
moment,
media
actually.
Where it is a man that's possessed by the demon, but
There's gotta be. I couldn't name one.
I couldn't either, which is kind of surprising me, actually.
Yeah, I feel like it's just an uncommon route to take in the Exorcist demon story.
Huh.
Maybe there are demon stories where it's centered around the psychology of, like, a dude. Actually, you know what's kind of like that, maybe? Is The Nun.
I haven't seen that.
This is maybe similar to that, because... Actually, maybe it isn't. It's just one of the many Conjuring movies. With the one guy who plays the priest dad every single movie.
If you were a fairy, what fairy type would you be?
What fairy type would I be? I would probably be a Pan's Labyrinth styled fairy.
Interesting.
Because I feel like they were benevolent in a way, like they wanted to help the girl in the story, but I liked that they weren't like Tinkerbell magic fairy dust.
Yeah.
But they were actual creatures with bones and blood.
Yeah.
Because there was a scene where Pan, the evil god, or the guy Pan in the story, eats one of the fairies. And it was fucking, like, horrible. Because it crunches when he eats it. Like
a bug or a
yeah,
bird.
that was
like
fucking gnarly.
I need to rewatch that movie. It's been a while.
It's a fucking absolutely beautiful movie.
It is a good one.
If anyone hasn't seen it,
Guillermo del Toro.
100% watch it. It's on Netflix, I think.
Is it on Netflix?
At time of recording, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix, yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So we've settled the familiar.
Uh-huh.
We had a familiar.
What did we say?
We've chosen our favorite. Oh, well, I said cat. I think you said dragon, maybe? You didn't answer, did you, actually?
I guess I didn't. I would keep Milo. He'd be my bud.
Yeah. Well, what if you got to keep Milo, too, and he stayed Milo, but you got to have an additional familiar?
Oh, I get 2? Then I would get a little dragon.
A little dragon?
Yeah.
Not like a B-52 bomber-sized dragon?
No, like one the size of like a little smaller than Milo.
I would want one that was the size of a fucking JetBlue plane.
Fuck that. How are you going to feed that thing?
It would feed itself.
No. You don't want to be responsible for that. No. A little tiny dragon that you can feed like chicken tenders.
I want just a straight up Game of Thrones style dragon that you can ride and that kills people and is a general menace to society, but it likes me.
Menace. Where are we going?
I don't know, bro.
Oh.
Why are you taking photos?
I do need to grab my check.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I should probably drop off my paintings to my Grammy too at some point.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be today though.
Hell yeah, G. We gotta keep talking about mythical creatures.
Yeah.
We gotta keep this shit going.
Next, what's the next thing?
Okay, we talked about familiars. We talked about our favorite mythical creatures. You said Sphinx. I said satyrs and minotaurs.
What's your favorite
I'm scratching Minotaur off of my list.
Really?
Not minotaurs anymore. Satyrs.
Not the best one?
Satyrs, satyrs. I'm conforming to your correction of pronunciation.
It is.
I'm going back to satyr.
No, that's not what I said.
You said satyr.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be influenced
It's
by your
satyr.
misinformation. Anyway, I'm just kidding. But what were you just saying?
Favorite fantasy movie.
Favorite fantasy? Are we including TV or just movies?
Just movies.
Movies, I would say I'm gonna keep it basic. Lord of the Rings.
It's a pretty solid one.
Are we talking like elves and swords fantasy or fantasy in a broader sense?
Which is the first thing that comes to mind when you think fantasy. Like
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say keep it classic. Lord of the Rings for sure.
I think my number one answer is Neverending Story, but Dark Crystal is a close second.
Damn, yeah, Dark Crystal is a really good example of just high level, top tier, A-list fantasy.
Yeah.
Because while Dark Crystal, the first movie may not be this like super fucking 3-dimensional fleshed out story, it is like one of the most just kind of original, beautiful and artistic world building, character design. Not even just with the puppetry. I feel like it would have been good even as a book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even as just drawings and stuff. But like, I think just the world they built and the characters and the just premise of the movie was just honestly just pretty beautiful.
It's also, I feel the same with the Neverending Story too.
Yeah.
But I think I watched them so young and have watched them so many times. Like, I was into those movies when I was like 2 years old.
Neverending Story?
Foundational. Yeah. The Neverending Story specifically. The Dark Crystal I really liked a lot when I was a little kid, and I still like it a lot. But I feel like the visuals from the Neverending Story just really hit different.
I agree.
Just so good.
It's a beautiful story.
It's also a really good...
One of the horse in the swamp of sadness.
Yeah.
What did his horse have a name?
Artax.
Artax.
Yeah.
And Atreyu!
Yep, yeah. And
do you think the band Atreyu named their band after the hero in Neverending Story?
They didn't name the kid from Neverending Story after the band. So.
Yeah, they definitely they named it after the band. They're like, oh, what's like a badass name that we can name this kid? Like the guy in the back is just like jamming out with headphones on.
They're like, I have an idea.
To like,
it's either this or Steely Dan.
Yeah. I was thinking Trapped might have been a good name. Or possibly Fred Durst.
Fred Durst.
No, but beep beep boop bop boop beep boop beep boop boop. I feel like Neverending Story 2. Oh, you know what else is my favorite? A fantasy movie that it's not a super normal fantasy, but it also probably like mega problematic. Doesn't hold up in 2021. But Indian in the Cupboard.
I was just thinking
impacted me a lot when I was a kid.
I haven't seen that since I was a baby, but it probably doesn't really.
It might contain some racist tropes about Native American people.
Indian in the Cupboard is a pretty bad title to
Right. Well, it's about like the premise of the movie is that the kid like obtains a magic cabinet, basically, like a little like I don't know, like just a little cupboard.
Yeah.
And he puts his toys into it, and the toys come to life and become like anyway.
It's a cool story.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch it to decide whether or not it was a problematic fave, but also fucking was super fucking badass, but is a little more in the sci-fi realm. Gremlins.
Oh my god.
Loved Gremlins.
Love Gremlins.
Ooh.
Gremlins is some good shit.
Yeah.
Gremlins 2 was really good also.
I don't remember any of the sequels. I just remember the first one.
The original Gremlins was pretty classic. Gremlins 2 is the one where there's all the variant Gremlins. Why is this person driving like this?
Because they're fucking stupid.
Why do people
Would you say Gremlins is sci-fi?
this?
I feel like it's sci-fi.
I feel like it falls more into fantasy, though, because it's not... If they were, like, aliens or something... I mean, I know they're aliens, but, like, the definition that they gave him, it was, like, some weird, like, magic that was passed down from this random guy. Like, his dad bought him a Christmas present from some guy in a shop in New York. And, like, didn't explain, like, how to take care of them. And then they created more gremlins. Hi.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say it is a sci-fi fantasy hybrid.
Oh my god, that girl is a teenager now. And last time I saw her, she was 3. I've only been living not in my hometown for, like, a couple of years. But I clearly wasn't paying attention for a really long time. That's so funny.
Yeah. So, is this discussion about myth and fantasy and movies over?
Is it? I'm enjoying it.
Should we keep going for a couple minutes?
You're not Bluetooth, right?
No.
Okay, good.
I haven't been in your car in like weeks.
Should we resume after a break?
Honestly, this is like almost at an hour, and I think this would be just a fine standalone.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Or we could keep talking. Because one other question that I wanted to say that we didn't get to talk about yet is that, like, gun to your head, you can't opt out.
Okay.
You have to become a mythical creature.
And to become one.
It doesn't have a mythical animal, creature, entity, whatever. Like, you have to be one today and until your death. What do you choose?
I want to say... I don't know. I feel like my first 2 choices were like shapeshifter or sorcerer, but I feel like those are cop-outs because that's just me having powers.
So that's a superpower question. We can do that after. Maybe we'll leave superpowers out.
Okay. Superpowers will be next.
That can be a different question.
All right. I have to be a mythical creature as defined by
mythical creature, but
humanoid.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that entities can count. Can count. Like, you will retain your brain and mind and consciousness. Like, you're not going to like become a worm.
Do I still have responsibilities? Like, if I chose to be a sphinx, would I just not be able to pay my rent after that?
You'd be like a homeless
I just
sphinx,
can't work.
Like with a caseworker trying to help you get a job.
Like, what happens to me? What happens after that?
I mean, you would probably have to...
Is there like a social media platform for sphinxes to like get job opportunities?
No, probably not.
Sphinxton.
Okay, you're ruining the question. You wouldn't be like in poverty, like.
You didn't hear my LinkedIn joke.
Oh, I missed it.
Sphinxton.
Oh, that's okay. That's good.
Thanks.
It's got the acknowledgement.
Thank you.
Baby.
All right, fine. Then what about like? Yeah. So like, would I have a completely different life after that?
I mean, most likely.
Is that part of this choice? Because I don't want to just, like, decide to become something fucked and then, like, ruin everything.
And ruin your life.
Yeah.
Because you're like, fuck, I'm a fucking, like, sentient snake now.
Yeah. Like, what do I do?
What about my family? I don't have hands anymore.
Do my family become animals, too?
No. This is a strictly individual situation.
That's fucked. This is
You
like...
have to... Well, I mean, you could easily just pick vampire.
It's like forced reincarnation. That's not the same. Have you read any vampire book ever? They don't have normal lives after that.
Right, but if you want... If your human life and you're, like, having a job and having relationships with people was important...
You can't go out in the sun.
You could pick... But I'm saying you can pick a mythical creature that would allow you to still have some human options.
Ghost.
No, that would not get... You just die.
Yeah,
Die instantly and become a ghost. Your body just stays right where it is and you're a ghost now.
I don't have to worry about dying.
If you could choose so many other things that would allow you to not worry about dying.
I would become a ghost and then go to therapy.
Why?
Because then I wouldn't be hung up on having died. And I would be, like, completely invincible.
So, like, therapy would supplement you, so, like, would be a reinforcement so you weren't upset about being a ghost, so then you could become...
I could just do whatever, because I wouldn't be afraid of death. I would be young and immortal.
And you're putting a lot of faith in the therapeutic process.
I would really have to find a ghost therapist, actually, yeah.
Right, you need a therapist with some... You need a paranormal specialist.
Maybe
which
just
wouldn't
do, like,
bode
EMDR.
well for you, because I don't know of that many paranormal specialists.
Oh, but I wonder if it wouldn't work.
Would be
I don't have a brain.
especially helpful.
I don't know if brain science would really help me if I was not a human anymore.
Yeah, I think ghost is a horrible option.
All right, maybe I won't be a ghost.
Maybe like ancient spirit.
No, because I'm not ancient. How can you be an ancient spirit when you were born in 97?
Yeah, I suppose there'd be some logic problems.
Maybe like an elf.
Elf is a good option, actually. Because you'd still be, depending on your rules, you would be partially mortal. Like, you wouldn't, like, die. Like, you might live to be 900, but you could be killed. And you would look human still. You would also have special abilities. Actually, elf, I think, is probably the only good option.
No.
Because choosing, like, dragon would be a terrible option.
That was what I was just thinking about.
So it would be a badass option, but if we're talking about the fact that you might still need money,
and you would want
money. Dragons do traditionally have a lot of money. That's true. Dragons are usually rich.
Also, what's someone going to do? Not give me money?
Someone would slay you.
Nobody would slay
Someone
me.
would show up. That you would have people showing up to try to kill you daily.
But I would be able to do magic and breathe fire. Right,
but somebody could catch you slipping. Somebody could get the drop on you and slay you in your golden fucking castle.
Well, not if I just, like, moved. What if I lived in, like, Alaska? Now we're back to the problem of losing my life.
You'd lose all of your relationships and aspirations.
Would you still date me if I became a dragon that was hoarding wealth?
Yeah, honestly, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know, like, there might be some things we would have to work out, but...
Would you teach me how to invest if I was a dragon that was
I don't
hoarding
think
gold?
you need my help.
I don't think I'd be able to comprehend human investment if I had a dragon brain.
Well, if you had a castle full of gold, one might say that you actually don't need to invest any money.
Why not?
Because there are a lot of people that would tell you that one of the best investments you could make is gold.
I actually don't want to talk about currency right now.
I don't either. Yeah, well, you're ruining it. I'm ruining it. I'm just kidding. Well, no, your gold would be worth more than any currency.
But honestly, why do I even hoard gold? What am I going to spend it on?
You're a dragon. That's part of the deal.
Yeah, but what am I going to spend it on? Why do I give a fuck? Why do dragons give a fuck about money?
That's the thing with dragons. That's why people kill dragons, because they burn shit and kill people and steal everyone's money.
Yeah, but why do they do that? They're just assholes? They don't even understand currency. They don't pay rent.
I mean, there isn't that much complexity to it. I mean, I'm not saying dragons are like Breaking Bad character.
Dragons are kind of fucked up. Like, they're not even suffering in a feudalistic society. They're just completely off the chain, living in the woods in, like, some beautiful place, like Skyrim land. And they're just taking money from, like, peasants and kings indiscriminately.
Yeah. Well,
eating lambs.
One might say that the dragon is an allegory for the worst thing you could ever experience.
Yeah, but that's, like, acknowledging...
that the dragon isn't real.
Yeah, I'm talking about
like facing the dragon is facing the most.
So the dragon is just a giant piece of shit in canon. If you were a villager that lived near the dragon,
you would be dead. You'd be burned alive, and you'd be a charred corpse.
I'm just trying to understand his motivations. Actually, fuck dragons. I don't like dragons.
You know what's interesting, though, is that there are different... Like, I'm pretty sure in a lot of, like, Asian cultures or, like, Eastern myth, dragons are not the same as,
That's
like,
true.
a
This is
King
very
Arthur
European
dragon.
King Arthur.
Like, I think dragons in a lot of other myth is, like, they're, like, ancient and, like, wise and, like...
That's true. Those kind of dragons are cool.
Yeah, maybe being, like, a Chinese dragon would be better than being... like a King George dragon or a St. George dragon or whatever the fuck his name is.
Most of the
Like
King
Smaug.
Arthur mythology things kind of suck, to be honest.
Yeah, they're like pretty like
they're really cool, but they're also very harsh. Huh? Maybe I would be a fairy or a little gnome. I'd be a gnome. That'd be fun.
Dude, I gotta say, like, I think for me, I'm thinking that elf is the most logistic option or the best option because you wouldn't be surrendering your humanity and you wouldn't be squandering the opportunity to have fucking super sick like powers.
I think
because that's the problem here. You don't want to lose your life, but you also want to have sick powers.
But also, if I could just be like a little dormouse with a dress that lived under a tree.
With a little like mushroom house.
Yeah, or like a little acorn hat.
That'd be pretty good.
I would be good with that. Like, I don't care about other stuff.
Yeah, you got a point.
Until, like, a fox came.
Like, maybe we're thinking too big. Like, maybe you shouldn't... Maybe you don't have to
small. Maybe we should be very small.
Yeah.
What if you became an ant with the sentience of a human? Actually, that would be horrible.
That sounds like you would be in hell.
So scary.
It would be real hell.
Huh.
Interesting. So yeah, I think my answer is not solid either. But I think if I really was like, it was like pick, choose, or die, I would pick elf. I definitely wouldn't pick anything that wasn't human formed. I would like to remain as human as possible.
What if I became like the protagonist of, like, what if I was Alice?
In Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, but like, what if I just went down a rabbit hole and did whack shit, but I was still the same person?
That'd be cool.
Does that count? It's kind of skirting the question. I just want to be the hero.
So there's a second question that I wanted to ask as well.
Okay.
Where maybe that is your answer to this question, which is like same thing, choose or die. You can't pick nothing. You have to join or live in a fantasy world. Like the universe of a fantasy story. You have to pick one. What do you pick?
Fuck, that's a tough one.
It's pretty difficult.
Alice in Wonderland or The Neverending Story, I think.
Yeah. Well, The Neverending Story is interesting because are you talking about you would live in like New York or would you live inside of the Neverending Story book?
The Neverending Story book.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
I would want to hang out with that little gaggle of dudes, like the rock guy and the snail guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were nice.
I would either pick Star Wars or Lord of the Rings.
Huh.
Because living in the Shire would probably be dope.
Yeah, but it would get so boring so quick. Those
That
people
is
are all
true.
townies.
They're fucking townies, dude. And I feel like Star Wars would be cool because it isn't necessarily always apocalyptic.
That's true.
Like, if you picked Game of Thrones, like, that'd be a fucking horrible decision. Because it's just, you know, it's like just death and destruction and misery. But Star Wars, I feel like there's freedom and powerful fun, but it isn't necessarily apocalyptic death.
Problematic answer. Problematic fave, but Harry Potter.
Oh, well, Harry Potter.
I could make a good life if I were a witch.
Do not imply... Do not invoke the J.K. Rowling problem here. You can like Harry Potter on this podcast.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
J.K. Rowling. Who cares? We all loved Harry Potter. Let's move on.
I would
Don't read her
fine with
tweets.
that.
She sucks.
She does suck.
So yeah, Harry Potter's a good option.
Yeah, I would like that a lot.
Okay, sweet.
That'd be a nice one.
Yeah. Beep beep boop bop. Okay, so we've settled that question.
I guess so.
Maybe we can finish with the one we addressed a few minutes ago, which was if you had to choose a superpower, what is your superpower?
If I had to choose a superpower, I would choose... I feel like this is kind of fucked up, but...
Oh, really? What is your answer?
I feel like mind control would be a really good superpower to have, like just being like a master manipulator. But for like good. Like I would use it for good. But
interesting.
Imagine if you could just be like, no, I don't have to pay rent, and then you don't.
And the guy's like, oh yeah.
Give me money. But it's like coming from like a corporation, so it's like not a big deal. You just get an extra paycheck and nobody ever gets in trouble for it, because when someone tries to attack the person who did it to you, you're just like, they're not in trouble, and then everything's fine.
You're talking about being a Jedi.
No, I don't.
That's like literally what the Force is.
Yeah, but you have to use the Force for good, and there's like a moral compass thing to it. It's very like Archie comics, Gryffindor-esque.
Yeah, that's true.
Like fuck that. I just want to be manipulative.
You want to be like an anti-hero, villain-leaning anti-hero?
Loki. I want to be Loki.
You want to be Loki.
Yeah.
Okay, fair answer.
Trickster god.
Okay. Shit. My answer to this question has been the same for many years. And it's like everyone...
Like speed.
Everyone always thinks I'm like a fucking creep for saying this, but I think even now would be one of the best superpowers ever. Because there isn't a superhero that does this either, I'm pretty sure. But a superhero that can cure any disease on Earth, any sickness, illness, or anything, but can also create and cause any sickness or illness.
Interesting.
Like a plague bender.
Plague doctor.
Like a plague controller. Like to control the cosmic deadly force of illness. And to be able to save people, save populations,
that's cool.
End plagues, or weaponize illness. I think that would just be like the most fucking insane superhero or villain ever.
But how would that in practical life really help you? Because like you could definitely heal people that you care about a lot, which is good, but like if something was going wrong for you, you can't just give someone like a disease. Like that won't solve anything.
You could like give them an aneurysm.
And just kill them?
Instantly.
You wouldn't do that. You
Well,
do that like one time and
I would never.
attacks the rest
Okay,
of your life.
I would. This is like such. I would never just fucking instantly kill somebody. But I'm saying like, if I was like a superhero, like you could control the world or anyone. Like you could, or like you could have like, let's say you were a villain. This isn't what I would do. I'm not like a terrible person, but like you could just have like minions, and like you just give all of them some like terminal illness,
and only you can cure it.
Yeah, and you're like, go rob a fucking bank, and I'll fix you.
Story, or villain motive tool. I'm using the wrong words.
We
you know what I
both
mean?
chose villain powers.
Mine is not necessarily villainous. You could use that for good. If you could just get
I could use mine for good.
Healing, not the disease part.
I think we're having an ethical clash right now.
Maybe.
Because I think that there are some instances where you would have to use force or violence to achieve
No, you just have
peace.
to convince people to do shit. Because in my thing, like I'm joking about it being a manipulator power, because it wouldn't be tricking people, it would be convincing them. Just really convincing. There's some mythological coercion involved, but they believe you and agree with you when they do stuff. It's not just all of a sudden they just are being tricked.
Would your superhero have, assuming that it isn't just Loki,
Okay.
what would your like weakness be? Like what would the Achilles heel be of that?
That you can't actually control everything. Like if someone has an illness or if someone dies
Oh no,
or something.
you, I mean.
Oh, my... Probably perfectionism or something, because I'd be used to everything going my way, and then my, like, side character plot motivator would die, and I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. Or it would be a personal problem where despite your superpower, you still wanted human connection with another person, but you couldn't get it because...
They thought that I was controlling them.
Or you can't, or you have no idea how to live without controlling people.
True.
That'd be pretty dark.
That would be neat. That would be a good comic.
I was thinking the weakness that mine could be is that every single time I cure a disease, I embody it.
Ooh.
I absorb diseases when I cure them. Kind of like...
So you have to give them to other people?
Not necessarily, but I harbor them. And I have a limit.
So you can't cure anyone? You have to cure only some people because it could kill you?
Or I have to distribute some of them. Or expel some of them. Like, I could kill myself if I take on all of the pain of the universe.
Oh, that's good. I like that. What'd your superhero name be?
Plague Bender. Just kidding. That's just an Airbender ripoff. That'd be a pretty cool one. I don't know. I didn't actually think of what the name it could be, but I just think that would be a fucking insane superhero.
We should write a comic
or villain, or villain maybe, or both. Who knows? Or a story where you're not 100% sure if they're the villain or the hero. Huh. Shall we go get your check?
Yeah, I'm drinking my tea. It's hot and it's making me sleepy.
Interesting.
Being in the car is making me sleepy.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Boston Art Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thanks.
Tune in next week.
Drop us a comment. Let us know what superpower would you have.
A Spotify comment. Anyway.
Drop us a comment.
Oh, okay, guys. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.
Thank you. We have an Instagram too.
DM us, bro. Okay.
Bro.
Bye, guys.
Bye.